a circle for two-way conversations one day. He asked them 3 questions. Where are you going in your life? What are you doing with your life? Who is leading you in your life? If we are so used to being told, shown and led, we can become that instead of who we can be. We can shut down and forget who we can be, like a role in a job. You are that role, you are performing in that job. Out of the job, you are you, or not. Causing, showing, same old, nothingness, boredness. What do I do next? Where do I go now? What about me? Me? Who is me? Where am I? Pretty hefty stuff. You can be just a product of them or us. The old man spoke of life, his life, what he had done, what he had not done, what he would have liked to have done, what he regretted, what he was proud of. How come all this happened? We do have choices. If we step back and look at the big picture, rather than focusing tightly, rigidly, specifically on the tiny, little, minor things, circumstances. Not that they don't matter. It is just that the overall needs focus as well. And I often sometimes forget that, and we get lost in the mass, in the mist, in the fog. By stepping back and looking at the big picture, it reforms, it realigns, it reshuffles us to be, to do, to move on with our own purpose. The children went silent for a time and were thinking about this. So how do we know what the big picture is? The children asked. The old man said, time out is good. Time alone, seeing clarity, researching, talking to yourself. Time in discussion with like-minded people, elders, mentors, searching, can sometimes bring in that clarity. Bring in the required focus. What do you see yourself being? What do you see yourself doing? Who is influencing you? And you don't even know it. I did a weekend workshop where 3 famous people were studied. Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. It was really interesting material. Some home truths came up. I was shocked by Gandhi. The story stated he started his marriage not respecting his wife. It also said he physically beat her, displaying the worst. Somehow, some way, sometime, he came to his senses. Probably asked those 3 questions, then redefined his purpose, big picture, and took off in a totally different direction, in a focused, powerful, life-changing direction. He changed and led millions of people's lives after first changing his own. I guess that shows we're allowed to make mistakes, then sort them out, clean them up, move on in a purposeful direction. They are definitely big questions, and you could probably spend your whole life looking for the answers. And bit by bit you discover wonderful things about yourself. Only if you ask those questions, if you're brave enough to partake, to risk, to discover, to explore. Where am I going in my life? What am I doing in my life? Who is leading me in my life? The 3 W's are a great way to start.